yourself on Skyscraper. You have to right your wrongs here. And what we talked about yesterday was those entry kills. Those were very important. We talked about the ban phase, removing that shield from Shopify, alleviating
virtue of results of other matches are mathematically eliminated from making the top 6. Only 3 teams.
Dominant win for Cloud9. Not because I dislike Cruelty or because I want to see Cruelty fail, but because that's really the only way trying to play this vert. If he gets some value onto this clash, this Dream is going to really be facing pressure with all of this vert play.
First kill comes in the hands of Cruelty as 2 players drop. Packer, the only one on the board for C9 at this point. Packer, Dream, and Amen, by the way, who is silent. I don't really know why he changed his name, but here we are. Packer, who was strong enough with a shotgun one time, tries for more, but it's Dream to do his own work, taking down 2 separate players on the side of Cruelty. Pyrox and Ivan, the last 2 that remain. And now it's Dream being harassed and finished off by Pyrox, who's traded out by Silent. And it's him in a 1v2. 1v, or rather, yep. And that's Matumbo. Ivan, some sloppy gun work up against Giddy. Kobe's on the move. Over towards Aqua, out-dueled by Pyrox, who doing double duty over on those fish stairs. And now he'll go back to a very familiar position. He can look above, he can look below. Will C9 be poised to greet these players now on this bottom floor execute? Nades going in. Packer flushed out of his position. Skimzy the kill. Cloud9 a great swing to read off of that. Everything that was used to dislodge Packer now finding no more success. The C9 still have 3 players well equipped to deal with these final moments. Small opening being created above. Pyrox has been a power player up here. He needs to rely on Skimzy and Fatal to get to the bomb site. Skimzy was juggling that diffuser around. He's dropped it at this point with 10 seconds left. Nitro goes out from Silent, and down goes Skimzy. Pyrox had picked that one back up, and it'll be Fatal watching. Giddy needs to come to the rescue. You cannot have Silent do all of this by himself. Giddy finally shows up at the last second, and Silent will be in a position where he has to outduel Fatal. Fatal knew where he was, and it was...
This round, they haven't bothered with the roam game at all. They just took control of vending. They're now going to push in and try to plant just on this doorway to the left. Never mind, but Tumbo's in. Looks like he wants to get in deeper to the site, maybe cause some chaos before he goes for that plant. This is a bit unorthodox. If he dies, that's huge, but Dream finds a different kill. Instead, it's Ivan who goes down just behind his Blackbeard.
And look at this. What did I say about Messi? A minute left in the round, and the server has completely cleared out. Giddy trying to get over and over, and Cruelty on attack. Have taken 2 rounds of the first 3. It'll necessitate new bans coming in, and would you believe it? This is Ivan, who's having some troubles with windows and doors earlier on as he lost that gunfight a couple rounds ago to Giddy, as you can recall. We'll hopefully try to have less problems now. Matumbo is looking with all 4 cluster charges in back pocket to get the diffuser down. That completely falls apart. Cruelty had an idea. It wasn't a particularly good idea, it seems, but it was an idea nonetheless. Skimzy and Pyrox on the board, but then it's Silent to shut the door. We saw earlier, they were the ones who doomed Envy's chances. And then we've got LFO/Orgless, and then this Cloud9 team. Nice pop-up by Packer. Down goes Fatal. Cruelty losing out early in that engagement. Half of the round to go and an advantage for Cloud9 as there was nothing lost by Packer on that engagement.
Another one for Packer. He's not done yet with a shot. He finds Skimzy. I was about to say it's fine they lost the ace because they still have 2 hard breachers with Matumbo and Skimzy, but now they're down to just Matumbo. Ivan from below also going to suffer a death to Dream, so this is all falling apart from Cruelty, Dave.
Still up, but how are you going to pick your engagement here? Dream lost a bunch of HP very early on. That's really been all they've had to show for it. Pyrox takes care of Packer, almost finds a second in Dream, but Mira's just, she's too thick, Jesse. And like that, Matumbo is last man standing against 4 players from C9. Inside of Electrical, working his way closer and closer to the bomb site. Good patience from Cloud9 as they deny entry by just simply waiting. And Kobe Lax, our main hard breach, he's not going to be the one getting kills. He is right now, which is excellent, but he shouldn't be. Somebody like Ivan, should be getting kills. There's really no excuse for it. Mutombo dies at the hands of Kobe and now it's Pyrox jumping on in as out had gone one of those boogies. That's it for Gadgets on the side of the Ram. We hit the halfway point, and Cruelty will take out Silent. After punishing Kobe earlier on, now Packer will get a kill of his own. Down goes Skimzy. Fatal trades that right back. Jesse, I was just about to toss to you.
Packer can get back and help his teammates. It's going Animus, but it doesn't matter. Dream is already dead, and now it's a 1v2 for the captain of Cloud9.
It's definitely doable. Packer wearing the Cloud9 branded golf hat. He's got a tea time later today. He's going to need to get in there. He's got time for a quick back 9. Maybe the full AT, depending on how quickly this goes. Ivan will break the donut and avoid
some chaos on the top couple of floors and then just say, screw it. Let's head straight down to the basement so that we can isolate these last two players in the 2v2. Force it to be, which is fair enough. But despite that, it feels like he's playing very solo in a lot of the rounds that they've had so far. This is something that Spirits touched on with Band because it's harder to keep that IT wall closed and Cloud9 get it open with no issues. And they're rushing straight in through Fish. Kobe finds the pick after Packer makes space on the blitz. Really good teamwork to be able to take down Fatal.
When it comes to numbers, it will eventually catch up to you, whether it's in this particular match or something a bit more strategically sound. Skimzy losing a befuddling fight to Kobe. As now Kobe also has the lineup on the Goyo who wants to engage in this. Mutombo just biding his time at this point. Kobe going for the swing. That's a third kill. Pyrox now with 2 of his own, but Giddy will seal the deal.
Can all be looking this direction though. A plant in through Animus can be easily denied by some good toxic babes.
And Packer is just blind to Pyrox in this position. Drone work for C9 has been good up until about 30 seconds ago, and that's when those secondary gadgets, as it's not a primary gadget, began to disappear. Kobe Lax is having a terrific game. He's been a stand. Way too much damage. He's on a single point of HP. That was Fatal saving the round, but he's bought a lot of time. Down goes Fatal after all those gas bags had been used. Giddy taking care of him, but not before Fatal trades it out. Now into a 3v3 as again the Glasgow quarterback. The cross being held by Silent, eliminating Ivan. Now he's looking for the slow peek for Mutombo. Kobe taking down Skimzy. Diffuser goes down. Shield extended by Dream. And Mutombo with 2 kills will have to start saying his own prayers. A 1v3. Asmira, not exactly the operator you want in this current point in time, and it's... Pyrox is dead, and that's Dream finding the opening for Cloud9. Somebody from Cruelty will need to trade this out. It falls on the shoulders of Ivan, and he does so adeptly, taking down Giddy. Now it's Silent, taking some damage from a goo mine, finished off by Ivan, who's just doing double duty at this point.
He's going to try to take it, but he's got to go up against a smoke. What do you do against this guy? You get close range and blind him. That'll do it. Now they can get a plant spot in behind the pillar.
Ivan is down, bleeding on the floor. There goes Fatal as well. Packer doing the job that needs to be done. And while the rest of the team clean up, it's left to Mutombo, who gets a single kill before getting traded out himself.
You just get in and plant through the storage window. They've got Dream, who's already opened up both the garage wall, and then up top, he's likely opened up the wall as well. Already, Silent finds Ivan, and the plant has started.
I'm stunned. Packer's going to be able to walk away from this one. Logic bomb's going out as well, but Cruelty fighting back, and they have chewed their way through this C9 obstacle. Fatal has to pop off as Kobe and Giddy go for the swing. It's all up to Giddy now upstairs. All on his lonesome. Mutombo gets on the diffuser, but Giddy wins the fight.
Victory, and ask him a little bit more about that. Dream, first of all, hello, congrats on the win. It's good to see you. Tell me a little bit about the messaging as a leader on this team that you are spouting right now as you're in this pivotal moment. Like, what are you communicating to the team in this playoff race?
Honestly, it's just about us staying composed and taking it game by game. Anything that's what the other teams do, how they win, how they lose, none of that matters. Just focus on us. We need to win the next 2 games of regulation. Then after that, we'll see what happens. So we finished, like step 1 was today. We won, we got our 3 points. We got to come back, do it again tomorrow. Nothing else matters. That's it.
Well, Dream, congratulations. Obviously, you guys have been pretty great when it comes to the entry and the start of games. The preparation has been showing. So obviously, kudos to you guys in the preparation room and your guys as coaches. That being said, obviously, gotta address that. The little bit of the issue of the mid to late round, you know, obviously today's a win, but for yesterday, for example, and obviously in week 3, when you guys get to those mid to late rounds where things kind of go awry, what do you feel like is the issue? And has that been something that you guys have been focusing specifically for going into the Super Week?
Yeah, it's been something we've been talking about like every day in practice and like leading up to the Super Week, obviously with that week off from the 4th. It's just us staying composed in that mid to late round. I think we let the time and the pressures kind of get to us, and we sometimes maybe don't make the best decisions or like make a bad decision because like, hey, we only got like 30 seconds left. I have to make a play. I have to do something, when we should be focusing more on like working as a team and like getting the job done together instead of just being like an individual hero.
Right.
For sure. Well, Dream, obviously, congratulations. You guys are still in contention of making playoffs. But I do want to talk to you in particular. I mean, kind of how have you been doing? Obviously, the stage hasn't been going the way that you guys have been wanting. You're the most experienced player on this roster. Yeah, I just kind of want to pick your brain and just kind of how you've been taking this whole stage in as a whole and kind of just tell us how you've been doing.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, Lex. It's been rough.
Yeah.
It's nice we got our second win today, but with the team just has a lot of growing pains. You know, we're really trying to come together, like work as a unit, and just kind of get over these humps we're having. I do think like if we fixed up a few of those mid to late round like engagements or fights, whatever, like who knows, we could have locked in playoffs already. Like we were neck and neck with some of these teams, and I'm just happy today, and I think yesterday for the most part at least, we kind of showed like we did improve. We are a better team, and we just need to carry that forward into tomorrow.
I do want to ask, just again, with you having the most experience, like what really has been the biggest struggle for you individually with surrounding yourself with rookies?
It's kind of some of the stuff I thought was more default and like that people would know, that maybe they just didn't know and like it needed to be like explained or like understood. And certain like reactions to things happening or like how like basically how to like work together and like form plans always as a team. When you're thinking aggression, don't think just, oh, what can I do? Think what can we do as a team? And it's those kind of things that I'm trying to like teach these guys and like bring to the table. Yeah,
for sure.
Well, Dream, again, big win today, and you guys stay in the race. You told us
the dream is alive.
The dream is alive. The messaging is clear.
Not dead. Let's get it.
Let's get it. We will hopefully see you tomorrow. Best of luck in that final match, and maybe we'll see you in playoffs.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dream.